It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to our 45th Annual Celebration of Achievement in Career and Technical Education.
Color, attention! Carry colors! Forward, march! Mark time! March! Color guard, halt! Left turn, march! Present arms! Order colors! Right turn, march! Forward, march!
Good evening. Welcome to the 45th Annual Celebration of Achievement, Career and Technical Education of our Alexandria City Public Schools. Thank you all for coming this evening. My name is Valerie Mayer. I am a junior in the Academy of Finance, where I have learned both financial and life planning skills that have proven to be beneficial for my high school experiences and I'm sure will benefit my post-graduation. These include public speaking, learning about insurance benefits, tax preparation, and gaining knowledge about the economic foundation of our society. Before entering the Academy of Finance, I found myself quiet and reserved. Through this class, I have grown and am becoming to find my voice. I am currently the president of the T.C. Williams chapter of Future Business Leaders of America. As an FBLA participant, I competed in Intro to Parliamentary Procedures as well as Introduction to Public Speaking, where I placed second in both. My CTE class has provided me with a host of opportunities to work in and outside of the classroom setting. For example, I have worked at the Commonwealth One Federal Credit Union, located in our school during my sophomore year, and have had the opportunity to observe financial analysts on Wall Street. For that, I would like to thank my two hardworking and devoted teachers, Ms. Willis Brown and Mr. Ponte. taken numerous classes, those of which were Journalism Magazine, AP Biology, AP Statistics, AP Comparative Government, AP Literature, and Biotechnology, my CTE course of this year. In each of these classes, I've learned just a little bit more about myself and my interests. Journalism Magazine was important to me because I got to express my creative mind and admire all of the fabulous artwork done by students here at TC. AP Comparative Government was very informative on what is going on in the world, how connected each country is to one another, and how understanding a country's government is so important, especially in this day and age. AP Literature, I got the chance to read some truly amazing books, those of which were like Jane Eyre and The Sound of the Fury, which inspired me to read some of those other classes that are very excellent in my free time. AP Biology and Biotechnology is where I felt like I really shined. My teachers in both of these classes were amazing. They encouraged my passions for science and put together very engaging and interesting curriculum. I was especially able to apply much of my knowledge in one class to the other, which was very helpful when I was conducting research with the help of George Washington University in my biotechnology class. Statistics also helped me, and I grew an appreciation for statistics when I realized how interconnected it is to research in the medical field. I've also applied much of what I've learned in the classroom by attending 3 Virginia State competitions with COSA, which stands for Health Occupation Students of America, a medical organization here at TC Williams. This year, as president of COSA, I competed in 2 events and won 5th place for research persuasive writing and speaking. All of these activities and courses, including taking DE medical terminology and intro to medical health earlier at my years at TC, have steered me into the pre-med track for my future. In the fall, I will be attending Virginia Tech to study biochemistry with a minor in SCAN. I'm thankful for my education at TC Williams and for these wonderful CTE classes because of the extensive opportunities that have been open to me and the exposure I've received into the science and medical field so early on. Now, I am fortunate enough to trust that this is the career and field that I want to pursue because of the wonderful teachers and classes here at TC Williams. Now it is my pleasure to recognize the following honored guests and school officials. When you hear your name, please stand and let's hold the applause or recognition for the event. Okay. Honorable Michelle Leaf, Dr. Gregory C. Hutchins, Jr., Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Gernald Mann, Executive Director of Secondary Instruction, Sherry Chapman, Coordinator and Career and Technical Education, Peter Ballas, Principal of TC Williams High School, Jesse Mazer, Principal of George Washington Middle School, Joe F. Collum, Executive Vice President of Burke and Herbert Bank, Melissa Reeves, Vice Chair of Griffin Technologies, Michelle Reeves, School Board Liaison, Randall Borland, SAIC, Phoebe Tomsu, Student Liaison, and Dr. Linda Zandon, George Washington University. Okay, and also Reese Rich, who was not put on the list, but you're all. At this time, please welcome Mr. Joe Collins, Executive President of Burke and Herbert Bank, for a scholarship presentation.
Hello, TC. Hello. How's everybody doing? Good. So I'm presenting the scholarship on behalf of the Virginia Bankers Association Education Foundation. Myself, I'm Joe Collum. I'm with Burke and Herbert Bank and Trust Company. I'm Executive Vice President and Director of our branch and business banking, and I also participate with the Virginia Bankers Association. On the 3rd Tuesday of each year, banks across the Commonwealth of Virginia host students, high school seniors, for Bank Day. This year we hosted 550 students across the Commonwealth, and at Burke River Bank we hosted 19 of these students. Bank Day, the purpose is to educate students about banking, financial services, and the vital role banks play in the community. At the end of the experience, students are asked to write an essay titled, "What did you learn on Bank Day that will help you manage your financial future? And what did you learn about how banks support their local communities?" The essays are then judged by executives across the Commonwealth, and 6 individuals were awarded $2,500 scholarships based on their essays, and one of them was at Burke River Bank and is a T.C. Williams student. Wow. And she's just really cool. So I'm pleased to award the $2,500 regional scholarship, which I happened to leave on the table over there and didn't bring with me up here to hand to the person because I'm a knucklehead. But I'd like to have everybody congratulate Helladonna Ikubesti. We got the money, that's the important thing, right? It's all tax.
Good evening again, everyone. There's been a slight change of program for this evening. My name is not Malcolm Kerr. It is Jim Pavlofino. The students call me Mr. P. And we are here with Ms. Wilson and Ms. Willis Brown to introduce our guest speaker. It takes 3 of us to introduce this student because she's that amazing. She's going to get up here and tell you how we have influenced her life, but I guarantee you she has no idea how much she has influenced our lives. We've gone into teaching to do just that, make a difference in students' lives and to influence them. But when you have the pleasure of working with someone as amazing as this student in front of me now, you don't forget it and it reminds you why you came into this profession. So I would like, without hesitation, she will tell you all about how her amazing self is. Please welcome Ms. Brooke Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. P, for introducing me tonight. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming to the CTE Awards ceremony tonight. I want to apologize as I am just getting over a cold and a little bit nervous, so bear with me. Just 5 years ago, I was sitting where you guys are right now, and I never thought that I would be back to give a speech at the same awards ceremony that I attended. With that in mind, that could be any one of you in the next 5 to 10 years. Just to speak a little bit about my childhood, I was a very shy kid. If my mom wasn't there with me, I most likely wasn't going or I wasn't participating. I'm pretty sure I missed out on many sleepovers with my friends because of that. However, despite being shy, I got involved in many different things. As mentioned already, it wasn't mentioned, but I went to Princeton Elementary in Maryland. My dad was stationed at Andrews Air Force Base. I was only in Maryland up until the middle of 1st grade when I started school here at Alexandria at William Ramsey. At Ramsey, I was a safety patrol for 2 years, and then I became captain of the patrols during 5th grade. I was also the camerawoman for Ramsey TV during the morning announcements. For our 5th grade promotion, I had the pleasure of sitting on stage with the principal and assistant principal of the school because it was my duty to introduce the guest speaker we had for our ceremony. After 5th grade, I had the opportunity to participate in the Higher Achievement program, which I remained in for 3 years. We met every day after school at Hammond in the cafeteria until 7 p.m. During Higher Achievement, we ate dinner, worked on homework, met with our mentors, and to my dismay, we had to talk about ourselves in front of people. That made me uncomfortable, but that was the start of me breaking out of my shell. When I was asked to speak at this ceremony, I said, yikes. If it wasn't for my friends and a push from my family, I probably would have never joined Higher Achievement, and frankly, I probably would have not joined half the things I have participated in today. Honestly, and I might get some strange looks for this, but I didn't like school when I was in school, and because of that, I never tried my hardest on anything. I did the bare minimum and got good grades, but I can only imagine what my grades would have looked like if I actually tried my best. My first advice to you guys is to do more than your best, because in the long run, you'll be doing yourself a favor. During the 8th grade, a couple of crew coaches came to Hammond to talk about the crew team and to recruit new members. Of course, with the push of my friends, I joined the crew team and rode for 2 years. Crew was something that was totally out of my radar girls on varsity. If I did not join the crew team, I would have never known how good of a rower I was. My junior year, I stepped even further out of my shell and joined the track and field team. Running is not my thing, so I joined the field aspect of track and field. I played shot put for a year, then quit shortly after because I sucked. The point is, I gave it a try and I found out that it wasn't for me, and that's okay. You don't have to be good at everything, and some things are not meant for you and some things are, but trying is the key. Ninth grade, Mr. Palmofino and a group of his students came to Minnie Howard to talk about Academy of Finance. I was not interested in finance, but I definitely was interested in the New York trip as a bunch of my other friends were too. I decided to go through with the application and interview process, and it has been one of the best decisions I have ever made as a ninth grader. I remember sitting across from Miss Willis Brown, a nervous wreck, trying my best to answer her questions. I was genuinely surprised to find out that I was accepted into the academy. The first year of Academy of Finance was all about the basics of finance and learning how to professionally present myself to other people. During this year, I learned to always pay myself first, how to tie a tie, and I learned the true meaning of dressing professionally. We participated in mock interviews with real experts from businesses around Alexandria and surrounding counties. We also had to pick a topic to practice our public speaking skills, which we had to do in front of our classmates for 1 minute, which is actually a really long time. And then we had to do it again for 5 minutes. During the second year with Miss WB, we learned all about personal finance, how to buy a house, how to buy a car, and all things related to the stock market. The last year of Academy of Finance, my senior year, was the most difficult. We had half the school year to make up a business, then we had to create a business plan for it, and then we had to present it to our classmates. I'm proud to say that my business, a deaf driving school, won second place. The other half of the year was the dual enrollment section, which is now a complete blur because of how hard that section was. Mr. P and Miss WB don't know it yet, but they are my financial advisors. When I think back to TC, usually my thoughts go to the 3 years I spent in Academy of Finance with Mr. P and Mrs. WB. Over the course of those 3 years, I have learned many, many things. However, there are 3 things I took away from their classes that I think will always be beneficial to you guys. First thing I learned is to always smile. First impressions are very important and very hard to change after the fact. Greet with a smile, talk with a smile, and listen with a smile. Second thing I learned is to have a firm handshake. A firm handshake lets people know that you are serious and that you mean business. Lastly, I think the most important thing that I learned from Mr. P has nothing to do with finance and everything to do with networking and making connections with people. My first job was a paid internship at Commonwealth One Federal Credit Union. Even though the majority of my time was spent in a file room, it was a job that I would not have gotten if I didn't know Mr. P. Make genuine connections with people. You never know what someone can offer you or what you can offer someone if you don't talk to them. All the women in my family are educators, and I tried my very hardest to steer away from that path. Nothing worked. If you ever went to William Ramsey, there's a chance you've seen or had my mom, Mrs. Beth Wilson. She has been an educator for 27 years, and for 16 of those years, she has been at Ramsey as a kindergarten teacher. She currently teaches in the same classroom that my grandmother, Carol Freeman, has taught in many years ago. Teachers, if you were here last summer, an email was sent out to ACPS employees notifying you of my grandmother's passing. She worked in the school system for 40 years, and 30 of those years were spent in ACPS at the old Charles Houston, Jefferson Houston, Patrick Henry, and William Ramsey. I know for a fact that my grandmother is incredibly proud of me today. So when I was in high school, I wanted to be everything but a teacher. Having to go through 12 years of school, 8 hours each day, then dealing with many different teachers inside and outside of school, I wasn't interested. I thought I wanted to be a photographer, so I took photography here with Mr. Jordan. As fun as that class was, I just didn't have the eye for it. I wanted to be a makeup artist, but after practicing on my friends, I realized that I don't like putting makeup on other people. I wanted to study psychology, and that was my major when I applied to Virginia Commonwealth University in 2015. Because I had a free elective and knew that I liked kids, I took Miss Wilson's class, Introduction to Early Childhood Education, just to see what the teaching business was about. And of course, since education is practically in my blood, I enjoyed it. Side note, me and Miss Wilson are not related, but I consider her a mentor who has helped and motivated me through all 4 years of college. During her class, we all had the opportunity to work with the child care that is housed in TC right next door to her classroom, the Tiny Titan Child Development Center. This was my first interaction with a group of young children, and this ultimately solidified my path as an educator. I worked with 1-year-olds, which was an experience in of itself. They are noisy, affectionate, and busy. We fed them lunch, walked them around TC, sang songs, and played with them. I came home with a story every day. My takeaways from this class is that it is important to be prepared as best as you can. Being prepared allows for us to give our best at whatever we're attempting to do. I also learned to be flexible and willing to adapt. Very often things happen that are out of our control, especially in a child care setting. It doesn't help anyone to be frustrated at something that is out of your control. Thanks to Ms. Wilson, my second job was at a summer teacher at KinderCare Learning Academy, where I worked with little 3-year-olds. This experience allowed me to take my learning to another level as I learned how to interact with parents of the children I was teaching. I also met one of my lifelong friends there. I applied to 6 different colleges and was accepted into 5. I picked VCU because it's an hour away from my family at home and an hour away from my cousins in Hampton. TC is a very diverse school, and I wanted to continue to see that diversity, and I knew that VCU would be perfect. My advice is to do your research and make sure that you are picking a school that you want to go to, and make sure that the school you want to go to has the field you want to go in. I didn't go on a school tour to visit VCU. If you have the opportunity to do so, please go. This will help solidify your decision in picking a school. The first day of orientation at VCU, I switched my major from psychology to early and elementary education. Thanks to TC offering free AP and dual enrollment classes, I graduated with my bachelor's in liberal studies for early and elementary education a semester early in December 2018. I just finished my first semester of graduate school, and by May of 2020, I will have a master's in teaching and a license to teach elementary school students. From this, my advice to you guys is to try everything, and that means trying things that you may think you don't like. There are many opportunities given to you here at TC, but it's your job to capitalize on those opportunities. If you're going to take away anything from this speech, take all the AP and dual enrollment classes you can, as they are free here at TC and costly in college. Looking back, I really did not want to become a teacher, but once I said, okay, never mind, I'll try it, I only wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. My years at VCU have opened my mind and has taught me many things. I am passionate about education and teaching young kids because I know what school has done for me. A couple of years ago, I told Mrs. Chapman that my ultimate goal is to become the superintendent of Alexandria City Public Schools. She asked me what I would do or change if I became superintendent. At the time, I didn't have an answer for her. But now I know that I would get rid of the zero tolerance policy, which enables the school-to-prison pipeline, and replace it with restorative practices.
Yes. Yes.
This will ensure that every student has the opportunity to stay in school and get the education they deserve by teachers and staff who actually care about their students. CTE and the courses I took here at TC have shaped me to be the person I am today. I owe a lot of thanks to Ms. Wilson, Mr. Pondofino, Mrs. Willis-Brown, Mrs. Chapman, and to my parents. Finally, someone once said this quote to me, and I think it is important for you guys to hear it too. Don't be afraid to ask for a seat at the table, and don't be afraid to be the table. Thank you guys, and congratulations to everyone here tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ahmed Eldwa, and I am a senior at TC Williams. I've taken many classes, CTE classes over the course of years, but I I'm just going to talk about one because I don't want this to be too long. I've been taking TV and media production for about 3 years now, and much to the chagrin of Mr. Lyon and Ms. Efron, who I'm sure are tired of me at this point. My plan is to continue studying media at Nova and then transfer to another school. I haven't decided which. I'm sure all of you will figure it out at some point when I decide. I would never say that I was the best in our class. I think my ward does that for me. Seriously though. In all seriousness, I've had a big interest in media since I've been in elementary school, but I kind of thought it was just a pipe dream. Like, you need to have connections to get in media to do stuff, right? But what taking the CTE class, TV Media and Production, has done for me is that it's given me the confidence that I can succeed in media. I have the skills necessary to do it. I have a leg up on a lot of people who are just starting out, just in college. I've done plenty of professional work just in this school. I've done video highlights and full sports videos for the athletics department. I've done professional interviews. I've recorded guest speakers in a professional studio, TV studio. I've done just good old-fashioned hilarious skits, hilarious in quotation marks. And of course, I've done Everyday Titan, which I'm sure all of you know of. One of the biggest things that I think TV has taught me is to be ambitious. Never settle for good enough. Always be better than you think you can be. Always go for 110%. I never let any project that was given to me just be completed to the basic of what it needed to be. I always went above and beyond what I needed to do. I took a step further because I wanted to see what I could do with the tools that I had at my disposal. So, with that, I will introduce Kathy Taylor, Assistant Principal who is in charge of Academy 5, who has worked with the CTE program for 2 years now and has survived miraculously.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to say welcome. Thank you all for coming. This is a very special evening for all of our CTE students and their teachers. You all worked really hard to earn this distinction, and we appreciate everything you've done, and we hope that you keep moving forward in all of our amazing CTE classes. I also want to give a shout out to Brooke, who I've known since she was a little girl. Very proud of you. Great job. Thank you. All right, so without further ado, the most important part of the evening, which is all of our awards, and our first group of awards will go to Francis Hammond Middle School. So if we could have all of the Hammond teachers and administrators up front. Bernice Ashity, Janava Bob, Isra Hassan, Nagai Musa, Caleb Etsy, Isaac Gomez Rosario, Zachariah Jimena, Osman So, Haley Glicon, she is an award winner, and her name is Rayanne Osman. Belinda Ashity, Bernice Ashity, Kalina Kaufman, Allison Getz, Natalie Ramirez Morera, Marissa Vidal, Belinda Ashity, Queka Kuzwa, to GW, George Washington Middle School teachers and admin, please come up. All right, our first award winner from GW is Ariana Singleton. Malia Wyman. Christina Fool. Madeline Cantrell. Paige Dillinger. Alexander Eastenstaff. Brian Perez Hernandez. Olivia Johnson. Sarah Matson. Patrick Henry, could you have your teachers and administrators come up, please? Our first award winner is Alem. Elena Hodgson. So I should have told you at the beginning of that what those awards were for. I apologize. They were for students who have demonstrated excellence in one or more courses within a career and technical education program. So now we're going to move on to middle schools again, and these students are receiving medallions. The following students have demonstrated excellence in 8th grade courses within a career and technical education program. Our first school is Francis Hammond again. All right, our first medallion winner is Idaatu Tarawali. Marwan Abdo. Miracle Gross. Rosamond Johnson. Alhaji Ba. Isabel Blackburn. Emma Togia. George Washington Middle School. All right, our first award winner from GW, Madeline Avila Canales. Anika Alcalna. Sadie Lambert. Cole Dickerson. Reed Kidd. Max McCormick. Lauren Sutherland. And now we'll move on to T.C. Williams High School. The following students have demonstrated excellence in one or more courses within a career and technical education program. First area is business and information technology. All right, our first Titan is Nyla Fox. Valeria Mayo. Shannon Murphy. Emily Sedgwick. Will Lowley. Miles Jackson. Nathaniel Azebu. All right, our next group of Titans for awards are the Economics and Personal Finance group. These students all received 100% on the WISE Financial Certification Exam. Congratulations. And we have one student in attendance from this group, Courtney Picaris. Our next group of award-winning Titans are Family and Consumer Science students. The first one is Michelle Barrios Rodriguez. Mary Bonilla Villalobos. Leah Honan. Health and Medical Science winners. Our first winner is Marielle Claire. Adriana Torres Elias. Virginia Arnold. Michaela Booster. Sadia Anona. Next is Junior ROTC. We have Francisco Flores Estrada. Next up is marketing. Ermias Calamascal. Marisol Vasquez. Karam Burhoff. Alyssa Quinones. Adam Hunter. Right, technology education. Caroline Peterson. Emma Lally. Abel Daniel Tecklin. The next CTE category is Trade and Industrial Education. Melvin Rodriguez. Khadijah Ashcroft. Lydia Agare. Najee Dillard. Amal Sharif. Our Jordan Brent. Reese Hardman. Malcolm Kerr. Hashem Amjad. We forgot to tell everybody that we're doing a group picture at the end of all. Yeah, they are now. Okay, you're still here, come in. I just have a few things and people I'd like to recognize. First of all, congratulations students, and thank you to everyone who helped put this event together this evening. Latrice, congratulations on your first CTE celebration. Chef and Culinary Arts, Mayor Singh, all the teachers, photography, Professor Grace, TV production, and special thanks to my supervisor. Is he still here? Dr. Mayor. Dr. Hutchins left. I already told him that CTE is the best department at ACPS, so you got to know that. First,
Yes.
So we just needed to share it to the side for a moment. Tonight, the CTE teachers kick off a month of celebration, honoring Miss Sherry Chapman. 9 years of dedication that she's given to us here at TC Williams High School. As Sherry nears her retirement date, we have a small token of gratitude for you.
Sherry, we would like to present you with the Alex and Ani bracelet, Path of Life, with gratitude for all of the strength, motivation, and knowledge that you have shared with the thousands of CTE students over your years.
On behalf of those students and your CTE family, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. We look forward to celebrating with you.
We'd also like to recognize the following teachers who will be joining Sherry in retirement. With Donald Johnson and Bill Holt, please stand.
You guys can stay up there. Thank you all. Oh, boy. So, we have a CTE advisory committee that meets 4 times during the year. They provide us insight and direction to ensure our programs are cutting edge and are aligned with local workforce needs. And I have a few people from the advisory committee that I would like to recognize tonight. Buddy Fritz, who is not able to be with us, but he started on the ACPS CTE advisory committee in the 1970s and continued for 4 decades. He is the business owner of Presto Ballet, and he is still working, but he retired from the CTE advisory committee. And I just want to thank Buddy. I have a plaque for him that I'll give to him. So thank you, Buddy. Former school board member Ronnie Campbell was our liaison on the advisory committee for the past 8 years. Even though she's no longer our board liaison, she continues to be an advocate for career and technical education and promotes inclusion for all students in our programs. Thank you, Ronnie, for your endless hours of CTE meetings and for being part of our forever CTE family. Edie Thompson is a senior Titan and has been involved in our TV production program for the past 4 years. For the
specialist. Congratulations on your next chapter of life. Enjoy every minute. Mr. William Holt. Mr. Holt has taught at T.C. Williams High School here on King Street since this new building opened in 2007. He started out as an industry professional who left the workplace to share his experience and teach in the graphic imaging classroom. Several years ago, we had some program changes, and Bill willingly put in the extra time and work to become certified as a business teacher and now teaches graphic design, multimedia, and web technology classes. Thank you for doing that, Bill. I knew you could. I appreciate your dedication the past 12 years helping students create professional programs, flyers, invitations, certificates, signage, and logos, just to name a few projects. Your professional expertise was so unique and such an asset for our students. Your decision to retire was not an easy one, I know. I wish you rest, relaxation, and enjoyment in your next venture. Finally, just a few words as I check this off as my last celebration. Again, students, congratulations. Please take the skills that you've learned in your CTE classes, including all of the workplace readiness skills of positive work ethic, teamwork, integrity, effective speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills, critical thinking, problem solving, and all of the other lifelong learning skills that CTE classes have taught you, and use them to be excellent in all that you do in college and your future careers. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. I wish you all much success. Thank you and good luck on your journey. And before I turn it over to Leah Koenig, who is going to conclude our program, if you are still here, come to the front at the conclusion for a group picture. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leah Koenig, and I am a senior here at T.C. Williams. This year, I took the Introduction to Early Childhood course with Ms. Wilson, as well as participated in our school's chapter of Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, or FCCLA for short. I competed in the FCCLA State Conference in Virginia Beach and won 3rd place in the Early Childhood category. It was an amazing experience, and I hope that future family consumer sciences students will deeply consider participating as well. I would like to take this time to thank Ms. Kimberly Wilson, Ms. Dee Harris, and Ms. Sheila Purse for their love and support this year in my CTE course as well as FCCLA. After graduation, I will attend Northern Virginia Community College in Alexandria and then transfer to Christopher Newport University to finish out my college education. It is at these schools where I will study classes that center around education so that I may follow my dream of becoming a preschool teacher. Through writing lesson plans, compiling educational goals, studying how children develop, and even interacting with children at the Tiny Titans Child Care Center, this CTE course has allowed me to dip my toe into the teaching world where I hope someday I will fully jump into. I would like to thank all of the students and teachers who take and teach CTE and FCS courses for keeping these programs alive and allowing future generations of workers in these fields the opportunity to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program for the evening. I would like to thank you all for attending our celebration and for helping us showcase our students. This evening has been filmed by the T.C. Williams Video Production Program and will be airing on the ACPS channel in a few weeks. We would like all the award winners to meet by the Titan Hall sign to have photos taken. Congratulations to all of our students on their awards. I bid you all a wonderful evening and thank you.